Having announced that I was going to do the sequel, I then had to decide how I was going to go about it. Was I going to include all the characters from Ralph's party in some sort of convoluted set piece where they all came together again? Or would it be more naturalistic and easier for me to write if I just focused on Ralph and Jem, who were really the main players of the original book? And the minute I thought about that, I realised that actually I wasn't going to be writing this book for my publishers anymore, because I really wanted to write a book about a modern relationship, about what happens to the young lovers of the 1990s after children, after the millennium. And it struck me actually that the last time we'd seen Ralph and Jem, they'd been kissing on a sofa in a flat share in Battersea in 1995. And they were actually the perfect people for me to hang this story on. My biggest fear, while I was writing the book in terms of potential feedback, was obviously that it was coming on the back of a very feel-good romantic comedy that a lot of people had a lot of emotional investment in, that they'd read at a formative time in their lives, and they'd been, swept away by the romance of it and this romantic ideal of two soulmates coming together and finding each other. And there was a lot of comedy in Ralph's party as well. And as it was clear to me as I was writing the book that there wasn't a lot of comedy in it, because I guess in reality there isn't that much comedy in a struggling relationship. And my biggest fear was that all the people who were so excited about reading the sequel to Ralph's Party were maybe hoping for another romantic comedy, and that they were going to feel really let down to find these two sort of love-struck young people in the throes of, sort of existential hell and misery in the suburbs. But so what's really blown me away is how people have taken them back to their hearts and have not felt disappointed or let down, have not felt like I've sort of upset the apple cart in any way by doing this to them, and have taken it as very much the next step from Ralph's Party, and that the two things work really well together. So I've been really, really surprised by the positive feedback, and not necessarily only from people who found themselves in the same situation as Ralph and Jem, but younger people, people who haven't got married and had a family. But it's been a really, really welcome response. I'm thrilled to bits with my feedback. Absolutely delighted.